This is the TVS NTorq, but it's not the 125cc NTorq that we know and love. This is the new, bigger NTorq with a 150cc engine, and I'm going to tell you all that has changed in this compared to the 125. What all kit do you get and how does it fare against the competition? So, before we begin, I would just urge you to please hit that subscribe button if you've not done that already, and also press the bell icon so that you are notified every single time we put out a new video. Now, let's begin with the walk around. Let's start with the design, because this does look quite different. Even though it's built on the same platform as the 125, TVS has used that same platform but made quite drastic changes to how it looks. So in a very nice kind of way, it does resemble the NTorq but is still different enough. Starting off with the apron over here, it's much more aggressive, looks more modern, and the biggest change probably is that the headlamp has moved from this area up over here, and you have quad LED projectors. So these are not normal LED lights, these are quad projectors, and you have DRLs over here on the side which also act as turn indicators. Now, my assumption is that because the headlamp cluster has been moved higher up, this should help with the headlamp performance when you are out at night. That is something we'll have to test later on, but for now the signs do look good. You have overall 4 color options, quite funky themes, and all 4 you can see on your screen, and let us know which color option you think looks the best. Now, coming back to the front apron, you will see that just like the RR310, the NTorq 150 also now has winglets on the side. TVS does say that they are functional, but honestly speaking, on a scooter they're not going to do a whole lot much. Another detail which I really like is that on the front mudguard over here, you have this dual tone kind of scheme which adds a little bit of character, makes it look nicer. Now, in terms of the overall dimensions of the scooter, it's actually quite similar to the NTorq 125. There or thereabouts. The length is the same, the wheelbase is the same. It's slightly wider and taller, but other dimensions remain the same. So you have a 770 mm seat height, and the ground clearance is 155, which is the same as the 125 NTorq. And if I get on the scooter quickly, this is how it looks. I am 6 feet tall. Right now the scooter is on a stand. Now, with the scooter off the stand, I am 6 feet tall, my feet are planted on the ground, but my assumption is that if you've ridden the NTorq 125, then this will feel quite familiar in that sense. Over on the side, you have again quite a multicolored panel to make it look nice and busy and stylish. Down below you have the stubby muffler that we associate with the NTorq. Then over at the back you have a new tail lamp design, and this goes along with the new styling that the scooter has. The fuel filler cap is also externally located over here, just like in the NTorq 125. Now, for the tires, you get the same 12-inch wheels that you get on the 125 NTorq. So despite what we were expecting and a lot of people were expecting, TVS did not actually go with bigger 14-inch wheels just like some of the other competitors have done. And TVS says that they've done so to keep the agility factor of the scooter intact, so that it is much more agile and it should not compromise on stability as well. We have ridden the scooter out here on the TVS test track, and our opinion is under embargo, so to know how these tires perform, you'll have to wait a little bit longer. That video will be out soon. But at the front you get a disc brake, and this comes with single channel ABS as well. Over at the back you have a drum brake, but there's another interesting thing over at the back, and that interesting thing is this ring that you see here, and this is used in here because this scooter comes with traction control, so you can switch it on and off, and this is used for that. Now let's take a look at the handlebar of the NTorq 150, because that is also kind of unique, because you have this exposed section over here. So mostly in scooters you have a plastic covering over the handlebar, but here you have an exposed look, much like motorcycles. Another thing which is familiar on this is this engine kill switch, which we have seen in the 310 bikes, and even on the left side you will notice this 4-way control scheme over here, which is also very much like the bigger bikes that TVS has. Also, you will notice that the brake levers are adjustable. You also get a parking brake feature in here. Now down below you have a cavity. It's not very deep, but there is one over here to keep something small. And then if I switch the scooter on, you will notice this 5-inch color TFT screen, which again looks kind of similar to the one that you see in the RTR 310. Now this has a lot of features. The graphics are quite modern looking, and I use the buttons on the side to go between the various menu options. Now if I talk about the ride mode, so this scooter comes with 2 ride modes, street and race, and you can switch between them if you want. Then if you go back, you also have your trip meters. You also have vehicle control option, wherein you can switch on or off the traction control, and similarly you can also switch on or off the ISS function, which is basically the automatic start stop. Then you have connectivity options, because obviously this scooter is a connected scooter. You can also connect it with your smartwatch. And then in the My Vehicle setup, you have your performance records, and you can get OTA updates. And then you have some display options where you can set your brightness, set the widgets and the theme and things like that. Now switching between the ride modes is also fairly easy. All you have to do is you press the up button on the left side and it cycles between the street and the race mode, and you can do it on the fly. Now once you go into race mode, you will also notice there is a small battery indicator, which is basically for the iGo assist feature, which means that the battery will assist in the acceleration once you have harvested enough energy, and that is something that you can use with this scooter. Now let's talk underseat storage, and you get 22 liters of boot area. Obviously this will not accommodate any bigger helmets, but smaller ones will come in here easily. And you also have a USB type A charging port over here, so you can charge your devices. And in terms of the fuel capacity, well, it gets the same 5.8 liter fuel tank as the 125 NTorq, and this one is E20 compliant, so you don't have to worry about what kind of fuel you are putting in your scooter. Now let's talk about one of the most important aspects of the NTorq 150, which is the power plant. The new 150cc engine, which is a single cylinder unit. It's a 3-valve air-cooled motor, and the power output has been bumped up from 10 bhp in the 125 to 13 bhp in here, and the torque has also gone up from 10.9 to 14.2 Newton meters. Now this does not make it the most powerful in the segment, but it is still up there, quite competitive numbers on paper at least. Also the top figure is with the boost, so with the iGo boost. Once you don't have that, TVS says that it will be about 0.7 Newton meters less than the peak figure. Also, TVS is claiming that this can do 0 to 60 kmph in 6.3 seconds, which is about 2 seconds less than the NTorq 125, and the top speed has also gone from 98 kmph to 104. And because we were out on a track, we did get to test the top speed of the scooter, which again you will find out in the review, so make sure that you are subscribed to our channel. All that is left is to listen to the exhaust note of the NTorq 150. Do you think, just like the 125cc version of the NTorq, the 150cc will also be a success story for TVS or not, considering all the competition that is there in the market? Well, we certainly can't wait to find out the answer. This is Aakash Paul signing off for now, and I'll see you again for another video. Until then, make sure that you're subscribed to our channel and that you also follow all the rules of the road when you're out on a scooter, car, bike, anything.